FRRR's Investing in Rural Community Futures program is a place-based capacity building initiative focused on strengthening charitable not-for-profit organisations in rural, regional and remote Australia. With the backing of trust-based philanthropic partners, the program has enabled us to invest in long-term capacity building for communities as the needs emerge. The program focused on building skills, capacity and sustainability of community members and community groups. It fostered collaboration and networking to build stronger communities.
When community organisations learn to come together and work together, contributing their unique skills and resources and knowledges, instead of competing for funding and resources, everyone benefits, even the wider community benefits.
One of the things that was funded was audio-visual equipment to show movies in our Red Door Hall, which is over here and gets a lot of use. And almost immediately that we got that equipment installed, things like the Fungi Festival took place in the hall. Queerabadalla Film Festival happened in the hall. Rising Tide film was shown. So we've been collaborating with a whole lot of groups and people to provide that space to show those films. It's just one example.
So we have over 50 different community groups that come into the centre and do things. So finding ways to support them and finding ways to get them to connect with our young people, which is really important for Dunluis, has been fantastic. And we've all seen different sides of the community and different sides of what the community needs. So operating with one organisation, trying to address something, you'll do a good job, but you'll often miss pieces that other organisations can bring in and go, oh, what about these people? What about these people? And what about this idea? And if you collaborate and are able to sort of work on projects together and share that funding together, you're going to deliver better projects for the community. It's a no-brainer.
So the investment not only into my personal development but in the community has been tremendous. We've got groups working together, we've got people collaborating, we've got harmonious exchanges. We're getting together groups that never worked with each other before to apply for grants to make solid, fantastic change for our community. I've never come across any sort of investment like this before, and it's revolutionised how we work in the Bain Basin.
Throughout the program, the Foundation has worked with each community to develop their own unique community roadmap. This roadmap sets out their principles and visions in the way they'd like to work together, along with their goals for what they'd like to achieve. Road mapping is all around the initial ways of coming together, sitting in circle and being hosted, the opportunity to listen where everyone has a voice, and this has led to conversations that really matter in our community.
I've enjoyed the road mapping process because it means that you can collaborate with other charity partners in the area. You can hear about where they're at, where their challenges are at, and I really like seeing that overlap and in terms of finding the things that we're all experiencing and I guess putting our strategic minds together as to how we address those in our region together, and there's not a duplication of resources or everyone trying to tackle the same problem in silos, but all of us looking at it, coming from different angles and trying to work out how we'll address it as a community.
The IRCF program really provided a proof of concept for us at Community Connect in Business Milton Ulladulla, and the seed funding we got there to kick off some projects really leveraged us into further funding. We were able to get 2 really significant grants that followed up after we'd started through the road mapping and through the small grant seed funding that we got through IRCF.
The benefits of developing a roadmap for the not-for-profit sector are immense. In co-design and creating this collective roadmap, they're really able to see the pathway that they can all walk along together, and that achieves really wonderful outcomes for community. And we're really proud at IRCF to have left each community with a beautiful roadmap that they can then use into the future to become more sustainable, thriving communities.
Rural communities thrive when people come together with purpose and vision. Building capacity in these communities requires more than just investing in resources and organisations. It's about investing in people.
The people in our community are unique, and so the capacity building opportunities needed to be unique too.
So the funding has supported Wominda and Blackseed by allowing us to empower young Aboriginal women to get them into the workplace, to be able to get paid employment for them and their community and their families. It's allowed us to be able to upskill young women on the job and being able to open and sustain this amazing social enterprise that's been open at Blackseed Cafe.
The IRCF funding was really beneficial for our organisation. So as a CEO, it allowed me to step back and really look at what had been happening in community. So obviously it was after the disastrous bushfires, so we were able to really take stock and we were able to build our organisation back up again. Review all of our business continuity plans. We were funded to do a strategic plan, and that really allowed me to have a team around me rather than being the person that was line managing everyone, which can so often happen in a place-based not-for-profit.
Throughout the Investing in Rural Communities Futures program, there's been an amazing array of cumulative impacts beyond the initial plans and the initial goals that organisations set themselves. There's all these lovely spin-off benefits, ways to co-design together. Really, they've developed this new language to communicate together that then makes them so much more efficient when they work together in the future. They've developed this sense of agency and pride of place.
The Youth Voice project was based around the premise of asking, amplifying and acting. This project was around working with young people to find out what they wanted in the community and for us to support them through that process. The students who participated on the Youth Voice project were able to develop skills in public speaking, communication, teamwork, leadership skills and advocacy. The Youth Voice project of asking, amplifying and acting has now fed into other projects that we are doing in the community. We are now working with the local primary school and also now developing a youth advisory group where we can support other young people to have a say in what is happening in the community.
One of the ripple effects that we've seen within our organisation is the fact that each time we've done something with IRCF, it's allowed us to look at what we could potentially do next, and that's been really exciting. One of the great things in the community has been that we've seen connections in the community that we didn't have before, and that's allowed the community to understand other services that are provided and grow and grow.
Change takes time and sustained effort. The IRCF program shows that communities can make change when they're given the support and the time to grow in their own way. Foundational business support has been crucial in this program. By investing in strategies, systems and efficiencies into organisations over a length of time, organisations have been able to grow stronger, become more confident and be better prepared to tackle the challenges ahead.
The very first project we applied for was around that strategic planning project, and by doing that we realised it needed to be a little bit deeper and be a HR volunteer management plan was really needed as well for the challenges that we were facing at the time. We did undertake some workshops with all of our volunteers and staff and board and mapped out that vision and mission and put together a strategic plan But then part of that was the volunteer management plan, and it was a huge challenge for us at the time. It was something that wasn't quite working in the organisation, and through the workshops we identified maybe some reasons why and how we needed to tweak things slightly. And I can now say that it's probably one of the best running parts of the organisation ever since, and I'm so glad that we undertook the project.
I would be the first to say that my capacity to create strategic plans and vision statements and have a real think about where we wanted to take this project to and from and how we were going to evaluate would not have been developed if we hadn't been part of this project. That actually gave us a bigger vision, looked at a different lens through what we were trying to do. We became a much more sustainable practice and developed these really lovely partnerships with other organisations that are working with us now. So I think that's incredibly important. The more that people are skilled, the more confidence they're going to have to go out and do another project without having to seek funding. Go, oh, I know what I need to do now. I know how to communicate, I know how to develop my skills in various areas, all of those things. So yeah, in hindsight, like what we wanted was give us whatever, 100,000s to build something. Such a happy accident that that's not what happened, and I think it's really important that that model stays there to build and strengthen communities.
This program recognised the unique challenges of small not-for-profits in regional communities and enabled the community groups to receive long-term flexible funding to build their capacity to meet the needs of what emerged within communities over the length of the program.